Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. As always, I am your boy, Big Al Better. We got our NBA bets of the day for you guys today. It's NBA February 26th. We got 10 games on the slate today, so there's a lot to get into. I'm going to give you guys my over/under and spread picks, and then I've got one player prop from each game that I like for the games. The final game of the day, I've got two player props. I was torn on which one, so I'm giving you guys two. But yeah, yesterday was a pretty solid day. Not going to get too into it, but we hit a bunch of bets. Well, we were just slightly under 500 on it. But anyway, it was a solid day. Solid day of bets. Obviously, you're wanting to go over 500 to actually make money, but we didn't lose too much. We cashed a lot of bets and we were close on a couple other ones. A couple of the games didn't go exactly the way we thought they were going to do, but that's gambling. You're going to hit a bunch and you're going to miss a bunch. So anyway, without wasting too much time, let's go ahead and hop into it. We got our first game on the slate. It's going to be the Miami Heat taking on the 76ers. The Heat are on the road. Spread is 2.5. Sixers are favored at home. Joel Embiid's a game-time decision, but I think he's expected to play. He's questionable, but I think they're expecting him to play. That's why the spread is the way it is. Over-under set at 239.5. I'm going to hop into the over-under here first. I like the under in this game. Not that I don't think the Heat and the Sixers can get to this number, because obviously the Heat play in tons of high-scoring games, and the Sixers with Embiid could definitely get to this number. I just think we'll see enough defense to keep us under. I don't think it's under by a lot, but I think it's just a touch under. It's 240 is a lot of points, so I think we get to 230, maybe 235, but I think we stay away from 240. So I like the under in this spot. As far as the side, I'm going to be on the Sixers here minus 2.5. That's solely if Embiid plays. I just think that they'll get enough done to win. The Heat are a 500 ball club on the road anyway, so half their games on the road they lose. So I don't mind the Sixers only having to win by 2.5, especially in a divisional matchup. So that's what I like for that. As far as a player prop, I like Khalil Ware for 10 plus points. He's done this in a ton of games this season, and I don't see why he can't do that again in this game. 10 points doesn't seem too crazy for him to get. I think it's like minus 127 over on DraftKings, but that's your player prop. Khalil Ware, 10 plus points. Moving on, next game. We got the Hornets at the Pacers. Spread is 12.5, which is kind of crazy. Over under set at 229.5. I like the over here, 229.5. The Hornets have been scoring mad points. Unless they're playing like a top team, like when they played the Pistons or when they play like the Knicks, then they don't get over this number. But against a Pacers team that doesn't really play defense, the Pacers are just letting people score left, right, and center. Pacers actually put up pretty decent numbers too. So basically, we just need the Hornets to be able to get to about 120, and if the Pacers can somewhat stay close, I think we'll cash the over 229.5. And then as far as the side, we're going to be the Hornets here minus 12.5. They've covered in 5 straight games across the board for us, so I think they'll cover here as well. They're a really good team. They're mostly healthy. The Pacers, Siakam's not playing, so yeah, give me the Hornets here. I just don't think the Pacers can stop them. They're too good right now, and we have to start treating them like they're one of those top teams. So give me the minus 12.5 with the Hornets. Give me the over 229.5. As far as a player prop, Kobe White's going to be playing this game. I like him for 13 points. He's been averaging like 16 a game, and his line's set at 13 because he's coming back from this injury. But I like him tonight for 13 points. I think he's going to get in there, and there's so many other guys you got to pay attention to with Lonzo Ball and Kit Concanuppo and all these other guys. I think that Kobe White can get some run here. So I like him for 13 points. It doesn't seem too crazy, especially if we think it is going to be a high-scoring game. Next, we got the Spurs taking on the Nets. Spurs obviously coming off that game last night, which was fun to watch. They didn't cover for us last night, but they were playing a really good team. So in this game, Spurs-Nets, I like the minus 11.5 here with the Spurs. That's the spread. It's 11.5 points. Nets are obviously underdogs on the road. They've been losing all over the place. They just don't win games, and then I was looking at their last games. They don't even really keep games close, and the Spurs are a really good team that have beat good teams by a lot of points. Like they beat the Lakers by more than this number. So I think they can beat the Nets by more than this number. Over under set at 224.5. I like the under in this spot. I don't think the Nets are going to break 100 points, and if they don't, then I don't see why the Spurs can't. Even if they get to 120, we're still under this number, right? They're going to have to go score 125, and they're on a back-to-back. So I don't mind at all taking a look at the under here, 224.5, Spurs on a back-to-back, and I don't think the Nets are going to score a lot of points. So that's what I like. As far as a player prop in this one, I was going back and forth on a couple different guys. Settled on Nick Claxton here for 12-plus points with the Nets. Someone's got to score from. Michael Porter's going to huck up 1,000 shots, but I didn't want to take him for, I think his line was 24 points. That didn't feel comfortable to me, so I like Nick Claxton for 12-plus. He just has to, get a couple dunks, get a couple shots. I don't think that's too hard for him. So Nick Claxton, 12 points is the player prop I like there. Moving on, we got the Wizards at the Hawks. Spread is 9.5. Hawks are favored by 9.5 at home. Over under set at 235.5. There's a long laundry list of injuries for both these teams. And honestly, it's just not a game I'm really interested in. Over under, like I said, 235.5. I like the under here. I just think with all the injuries. Now, don't get me wrong. Hawks games, they could fly high and they could get tons of points. Obviously, we know that. I just don't see the Wizards holding up their end of the bargain and getting enough points to get us an over here, and it is a really high number. So give me the under 235.5 here. And then as far as a side, we're gonna be on the Hawks minus 9.5. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they come in here and blow them out. But if they blow them out, I just don't think the Wizards are getting to 110 and the Hawks are getting to 130. I think it's more like the Hawks get to 120 and the Wizards stay at like 90. You know what I mean? So yeah, give me that. And we just saw this game. They just played recently and they did not get to this number. I think it was 95 to 119 or something. So they didn't even get close to this 235 last time they played, and they just played. So yeah, give me that. As far as a player prop, I like Jonathan Kuminga here for 20 plus points. He's played one game with the Wizards, or with the Hawks rather, and I think he's on. Yeah, he's a Hawk. He's played one game. It was against the Wizards. He had 27 last time they played. So I don't mind him at all here for 20 plus points. That seems like a good spot for him. Obviously, we know him from his Warrior days and how he kind of just didn't fit into what they were trying to do out there. But he's an ISO scorer. Give me the ball, get out of the way, let me go score. So I think if he gets the playing time, which he had 27 minutes and 27 points in the last game, if he gets similar usage tonight, I think he gets 20 points fairly easily. So Kuminga 20 points is nice, and I think it's a plus money play. Next, we're going to be going to the Rockets at the Magic. This is going to be one of the more fun games of the night. Super close. Should be a super close game. You got two really good teams going at each other. Rockets obviously been playing great. Magic obviously played great at home. We're going to be on the Hawks. Not the Hawks. I'm looking at the wrong game. We're going to be on the Magic here, plus 2.5. I like the home dog. This should be a really close game. They played once already this year. It was a really close game. I think it was a 2-point game. It went to overtime. Over under set at 215.5. I actually do like the under in this game. I know it's a really low number, so if you like the over, I'm not here to argue it. I'm just telling you what I like. I like the under 215.5. I think both defenses are going to play really tough. The Rockets should struggle a little bit to score because they're on the road versus being at home. And I just think that the Rockets play great defense too, so the Magic might struggle to score as well. So I just think we're in for a really close, really tight game. So I don't mind the Magic here, plus 2.5. I get 2.5 points with the home team, and I like the under because, like I said, I think the defensive intensity is going to be real, and I think points are going to come at a premium in this game. So that's what I like. And then as far as a player prop, I like Desmond Bane here for 20 plus points. He's been absolutely on a tear lately, scoring. He's been scoring 20 points, it feels like, in every single game. So I like Desmond Bane here for 20 plus points. He's kind of the primary scorer on this team. Obviously, they got Banchero, but I feel like Banchero doesn't. He's not as much a Cade Cunningham where he's gonna just give me the ball and I'm gonna go get my bucket. I feel like Banchero is more of a I can find the guys and dish the ball. You know, he's a more all-around player than just a pure scorer. Whereas Bane's just like, give me the ball, let me go score. So give me Desmond Bane for 20 plus points. I like it. Next, we got the Trailblazers at the Bulls. Spread is 4.5. Over under is 234.5. Another under here. I like under 234.5. I get it. The Bulls could come in and score a bunch of points, but for both these teams, you got a bunch of injuries too. Denny Avdija, or however you see his name for the Trailblazers, he's not playing. Klingen's not playing. You got a bunch of injuries for the Bulls as well. Giddey's playing, but they got a bunch of other players that are just out. So with all the injuries, I just don't see us getting an over in this game. So I like the under 234.5. And then I like the Bulls here plus 4.5. They've lost 10 straight, but their last 5 games all have been against like playoff teams. They played Detroit, they played the Knicks, they played the Celtics, they played Toronto, they played the Hornets, who are looking like they're going to make the playoffs and have been, winning tons of games. So those 5 games as your last 5 of those 10, and then you get a team like the Trailblazers, not throwing shade at the Trailblazers, but they're not the Pistons or the Knicks, you know what I mean? So yeah, give me the Bulls here to just keep it close. They don't have to win the game, but to just not lose by more than 5. And then, yeah, give me an under 234.5 here. It feels like the right spot. I think Giddey's going to have a good game too. So, and then my player prop is going to be Giddey for 7 assists. He's been averaging 8.5 on the season, so his line's actually under this, and I believe it's plus money. Probably because they're not sure if the guys he's going to pass it to are actually going to score. But yeah, give me Giddey for 7 assists, and then like I said, I like the Bulls here plus 4.5, and I like the under 234.5. We got 4 games left here. I like we got the Kings at the Mavericks. Spread 7.5. Over under is 233.5. I like the Kings here at plus 7.5. These guys have played one other time, I think, this year. 1 or 2. I was looking earlier, but like when you go through 10 games, it's hard to remember all the stuff, right? But they've already played. The game was really close, so I think a bunch of injuries also in this game, right? The Mavs, Cooper Flagg's not playing. There's a couple other players for the Mavs that aren't playing that are really good players, and then obviously for the Kings, they've got a bunch of injuries too. We know, Zach LaVine's not playing. Sabonis is out for the season. All that other good stuff. So anyway, give me the Kings here plus 7.5. I know they're on the road. I know they don't win a lot of games. I'm not trying to say that they're going to win it, but I think this is like a 3-point game at the end of the day. I think it's going to be really close. And then I like the over in this one just because neither of these teams really play defense. If you go back through and look at some of their games, like specifically their last 5 games each, they don't stop anybody. They give up 120, 130 points a game, and they score 110, 120. So if you think that's going to happen, we're getting over 240 in this game probably. So over 233.5. Can't take an under here. As far as a player prop, I like Klay Thompson here, 13 plus points. Like I said, the Kings aren't going to have anybody I don't think it's going to be able to. That all these players' props for points are like way above what their average is. Clay's average is like 11 or 12 a game, and his line's 13. He can get a couple threes, get a couple twos. I don't mind that at all. So give me Klay Thompson 13 plus points, especially if we think it's going to be high scoring. Next, we got the Pelicans at the Jazz. This game I didn't even want to touch just because I don't like either of these teams. But spread 6.5. Pelicans are favored on the road. Over under for this one is the highest of the day, 244.5. We're going to be on an under. I'm not taking an over in a game like this. I don't even know if these guys are going to play defense or not, but I'm not taking an under. I'm not taking an over 244.5. It's just a ridiculous number. So give me an under. It's super high. If it goes over this number, whatever, but you're going to give me 244 and we just need to keep them under it. I'm going to take that all day. And then as far as the side we're going to be on, we're on the Pelicans minus 6.5 just because the Jazz are tanking. They're trying to lose games, so I don't think they're going to keep this one close. Pelicans, I don't love them, but like I said, the Jazz suck, so you just fade bad teams, and they're a bad team even if they're at home. So give me Pelicans minus 6.5. Give me an under 244.5. As far as a player prop, I like DeJounte Murray in this one for 16 plus points. Just feels like if the book's expecting a high scoring game, and neither of these teams allegedly are going to play a lot of defense. So give me DeJounte Murray. I think he'll have the ball a lot. He should be able to get some points. So I like that for 16 points. Last two games, they're both going to be, I think, fun games depending on if we have injured players play. But we got the Lakers at the Suns. Spread's 5.5. Lakers are favored on the road. Over unders 222.5, kind of a low number. I like the Lakers here minus 5.5. If Devin Booker was playing, which he's not for the Suns, then I would like the Suns in this spot. The number would be different, but they'd probably be plus 2.5 or something. But give me the Lakers here. I think that they're going to get the job done. They're going to win. Both these teams have played the Celtics and the Magic recently. Obviously, the Suns played in that double overtime game against the Magic, 110-113. The Lakers got beat by the Magic. But anyway, yeah, give me the Lakers here minus 5.5. I just think they're going to have too much. They got Luka, they got LeBron, they got Reeves. They're full health. The Suns team is not. They're banged up. So give me the Lakers minus 5.5. Over under. I like the over. I think the Lakers are going to score a bunch of points, and I think the Suns are because the Lakers don't necessarily play great defense from the games I've watched. So yeah, give me the over 222.5. It does seem like a touch low. That's why I like. If it was 230, I'd probably be on an under, but it's not. It's 222.5. So give me an over. I think the Lakers are going to get to the 120, and I think the Suns are going to get to 110. So that gets you a 230 number, and yeah, that's what I like. As far as a player prop, we're just going to look at LeBron James, 2 3-pointers. The older he gets, the more he just likes to throw up threes because it's easier than driving the paint. So give me LeBron for 2 threes. I think it's a good spot for us. He'll probably make one in the first quarter and then make one in the third quarter or something like that. So, and it's also a plus money play because he hasn't done it like consistently on the season. But yeah, I think he will get 2 threes tonight. And then our final game, Timberwolves at the Clippers. Spread is 5.5. Also, T-Wolves also favored on the road. So these last two games, the 5.5 home underdogs, right? If Kawhi Leonard plays, I like the Clippers at plus 5.5. Over under for this game is set at 225.5. I like an under. I think the Clippers are going to play great defense. T-Wolves play good defense. They got lots of length in the paint. And the Clippers aren't necessarily like a big 3-point shooting team. Like they'll shoot threes, but they're not. They get a lot of their points in the paint, and T-Wolves are good in the paint, playing defense. So I think that lines up to be an under game. So give me under 225.5 and give me plus 5.5 with the Clippers, provided Kawhi plays. Which he's a game time decision. He's got an ankle, I guess. But yeah, I like the Clippers here. I think they're fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive. They're 10th in the West. So they need to get stack some wins here. So yeah, give me the Clippers plus 5.5. Give me the under. As far as the player props, I told you guys I had 2 for this game. I like Benedict Mathurin for 21 points, especially if Kawhi doesn't play, because he'll get more of a run. And then I like Julius Randle for 19 plus points. He's been averaging like 21, and his line's 19. It seems a touch low. I think he gets over 20 in this game. So yeah, Julius Randle 19 plus points and Benedict Mathurin 21 points. Those are both minus 111, I think, on DraftKings. So that is what I like. That's the slate for you guys. I'll have my lock of the day coming out for you guys soon. It's my short. It'll be on the channel, so just keep it tuned to the channel, and that'll be your lock of the day. We did cash last night, so we're 3-3 since the All-Star break. That's 50%, just slightly less than profitable because you got to hit it like 52% to be profitable in sports betting. But yes, that is all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. If you made it to the end of the video, just drop a comment down below. Let me know that you did. Let me know what you're riding with. Let me know what you're not. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Enjoy the games. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.